guys, today I'm there with a new video by Edubuoy, and today we are going to study chapter number 8, cell structure and function, which is took from NCERT book. So let's begin. So first we are going to talk that what you will learn in this chapter. In this chapter you shall learn about the basic structural unit of an organ, which is the cell. Cell may be compared to bricks, and bricks are assembled to make a building. Similarly, cells are assembled to make the body of every organism. Means like a building is made of many bricks. In the same way, a human being is made of many cells. So, we can say that the cells are the building blocks of our body. So, discovery of cell. The cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665, which can be found to be discovered in his book Micrographia. In this book, he gave 60 observations in detail of various objects under a coarse compound microscope. Hooke discovered a multitude of tiny pores that he named cell. In biography, cell theory is the historic scientific theory, now universally accepted, that living organisms are made of cells and that they are the basic structural organization unit of all organisms, and that all cells are formed from pre-existing cells. So cells are the basic unit of all structures in all organisms and also the basic unit of reproduction. Now you might be thinking, but why is it reproduction? Because every human being, he or she, the first half of his life is like a cell only. So now, what is a cell? So cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. As I told you, the human body is composed of trillions of cells, and cells have many parts, each with a different function. Some of these parts, called organelles, are specified or have specified structures that perform certain tasks within the cell. Or you can say cells have many parts, each with a different function. Some of these parts, called organelles, are specified structures that perform certain tasks within the cell. Human cell contains the following major parts listed in alphabetical order. So, I just wanted to tell you that some of these parts which we are going to study in this chapter, but the some which would be left, we would be studying them in later classes. So, what are the parts of cell? Cytoplasm, cytoskeleton, endoplasmatic reticulum, in short you can say ER, Golgi apparatus, liposomes and perosomes, mitochondria, nucleus, plasma membrane and ribosomes. About the number of cells. Human are complex organisms made of trillions of cells, each with their own structure and function. Scientists have come a long way in estimate the number of cells in the average human body. Most recent estimate put the number of cells at around 30 trillion, rather than that. So, what are the organisms made up of cells? So, we are going to study. There are two types of organisms which are made of cells. There are unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So, first we are going to study about unicellular. So, uni means one and cellular means cell. So, a unicellular organism, also known as a single cell organism, is an organism that consists or contains of a single cell, unlike a multicellular organism that contains of multiple cells. Unicellular organisms fall into two general categories, which are prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. Multicellular, multi means many and cellular means cell. From the name only you can say that multicellular. Now, multicellular organisms are organisms that consist or contains of more than one cell, in contrast to unicellular organisms. All species of animals, lands, plants are most fungi are multicellular, as are many algae, whereas a few organisms are partially uni and partially multicellular, like semi-molds and social amebia. So, about the shape of cells. Living organisms are made of different types of cells of different shapes and sizes. Unicellular organisms differs in shape from another unicellular organism, Within a multicellular organism, there are a variety of cells. Some are long while others are short, some are circular while others are oval. Shape and sizes vary from cell to cell according to their function and composition. For example, a nerve cell is long and branched, meant for transmission of signals through the outer body, while muscle cells are small and spindle shaped, which helps in movement. So here in this picture you can see three types of cell, and this long one and branched one is the nerve cell. This spindle shaped one is the muscle cell, and the meaning of spindle in Hindi is balun, which Indian mothers use in their houses nowadays. So the circulant one is the red blood cells. So you might be thinking that the white blood cells also just look like the same, or the white blood cells have just merged in this color, but no, the white blood cells have an irregular shape, but the red blood cells have a shape which is circular. So the white blood cells have an irregular shape like an amoeba. So let's study about amoeba. Then we will be coming to know about white blood cells also. An amoeba or amoeba, often called an Edubuoy, is type of cell or unicellular organism which have the ability to alter its shapes primarily by extending and reacting by the process of pseudopodia. And pseudopodia means false, means pseudo means false, and podia means free. Amoeba do not form a single transmitting group. Instead, they are found in every major lineage of eukaryotic organisms. So cell structure and function. Cells have many structures inside them called organelles, and organelles are like the organs in a human, and they help the cells to real life. Each organelle have its own specific function to help the cell survive. The nucleus of a eukaryotic cell directs the cell activity and stores DNA. So thank you. To wait for the second part, as this video contains two parts.